You want to hear something beautiful? Madness has rhythm. It beats like a drum in the back of your skull, louder than reason, louder than silence. Every thought is a spark, every spark a fire, and once the fire starts, oh, it doesn't stop. People dress it up, call it ambition, call it hunger, but me, I call it truth, the raw, naked truth that no one wants to fade. The world doesn't reward the quiet ones. No, it devours them, step by step, bite by bite, until they vanish into the dust of their own hesitation. You think patience will save you? Ha! Patience is just another word for waiting in line to be crushed. I don't wait. I take. I break. I twist, because hesitation is death, and I don't believe in dying slow. Every rule is a leash, every leash a choke. They hand you chains, polished and shining, tell you to wear them proudly. Smile, behave, pretend, and you nod along, don't you? You wear the mask they gave you until the mask eats your face. But me? I don't wear masks. I rip them apart, one laugh at a time, because I'd rather be hated for what I am than applauded for what I'm not. Do you know what scares them most? Not the noise, not the laughter. It's the silence that comes after. The silence where they finally realize, I'm not playing. I'm not joking. I'm the reflection they buried in their own shadows, the monster they built but never claimed. And when they see it, when they see me, oh, that's when the real fun begins. I don't want their applause. I don't want their love. I want their truth. That look in their eyes when the act slips, when the fear oozes out, when the mask cracks and the beast breathes. That's my art. That's my canvas. And every scream, every whisper, every drop of trembling breath paints my masterpiece. Because I'm not here to blend in. I'm here to burn out the lies, rip the smiles, break the bones of comfort, and remind all of you, that deep down, you're not as sane as you pretend. Deep down, you crave the madness too. And once you taste it, once you taste it, you'll never spit it out. You ever tasted the silence after a storm? It's not peace. It's not calm. It's the kind of quiet that makes your skin crawl, like the world is holding its breath, waiting for the next scream. That's where I live, between the breath and the scream, between the laugh and the cry, between the smile that saves you and the smile that destroys you. I don't walk into rooms. I stain them. I leave fingerprints on the air, bruises on the walls, shadows on the moss. That's the gift of madness. It doesn't leave when you do. People love to pretend they understand control. Ha! Control is just a fragile glass in a shaking hand. You drop it once and suddenly you realize it was never yours. That's the fun part, watching people cling to order like it's a lifeline, when really it's the rope around their neck. Tug it a little, twist it tighter, and watch their eyes widen. I don't break people. I let them break themselves. All I do is hold up the mirror. And oh, how ugly they look when the reflection laughs back. Do you know what I learned? Pain talks louder than any speech. It sings in voices that can't be ignored. You think a blade cuts skin. No, it cuts illusions. It peels off the mask you've glued on so tight, and suddenly everyone gets to see the real you. Not the one in the suit, not the one in the mirror, the one who trembles when the lights go out, the one who smiles only when someone else cries, the one you've buried so deep you forgot its name. That's who I bring to dinner. That's who I toast with. That's the one I love to meet. You want honesty? Honesty isn't noble. Honesty isn't pretty. Honesty is the scream you choke down when no one's looking. It's the jealousy you hide behind that grin. It's the rage you disguise as kindness. Me? I don't hide it. I paint with it. I dance in it. Every step, every joke, every scar is a reminder. I'm more real than anyone who pretends to be good. That's why they fear me. Not because I'm a monster, but because I'm the part of them they don't dare admit exists. And here's the cruelest trick of all. You laugh at me, but you don't realize you're laughing at yourself. Every giggle, every chuckle, every snort of disbelief, it's your soul confessing. Your smile is your betrayal. You know I'm right. You know I'm not outside of you. I'm inside, whispering, waiting, feeding on your doubts. And sooner or later, you'll stop fighting it. Because madness isn't something I give you, it's something you've had all along. So tell me, when the curtain falls, when the audience leaves, when the lights finally go out, do you still believe you're the hero of your own story? Or do you finally admit what I've known since the beginning? That under the makeup, under the masks, under the careful lies, you've always been mine. The stage where masks fall off, that's where I dance. People call it madness, but I call it freedom. You see, the rules they cling to are nothing more than chains, and I cut through chains like a blade through silk. Every smile I wear has teeth. Every laugh I let slip is sharper than any weapon. I don't hide my thoughts. I let them bleed out. Because in truth, the world is more terrified of honesty than of violence. And oh, how beautifully honesty screams when it's dressed in a grin. I never cared for comfort, never wanted safety. What's safe is dead. What's normal is suffocating. So I spit on comfort, I burn normal. I want the taste of fire on my tongue, the sting of raw truth in my lungs. People say they crave peace, but what they really want is control. And control? Ha ha, that's the cruelest joke of all, because once you believe you have it, you're already dangling from its strings, a puppet begging for a master you'll never meet. Look at their smiles, hollow, plastic, forced. They drink poison and call it success. They walk in cages and call it order. They die a little each day and call it life. And me? I choke on their lies, so I spit them back out in ways they can't ignore. A laugh, a scream, a mirror turned against their faces until they shatter from the sight. I am not here to comfort them. I am here to wake them up. And waking up always hurts, always burns. You want to know what's scarier than me? The truth I carry, the unfiltered, unpolished, unbreakable reality they're all running from. You can lock me up, you can brand me insane, you can cover my mouth with chains, but you'll never silence the truth inside, because truth doesn't die, it multiplies. It grows in the cracks, it spreads in the silence, and when it finally breaks free, it devours everything in its path. That's what I am. That's what I've become. The truth they can't bury. The storm they can't leash. And deep down they know it. Every time they see my grin, every time they hear my laugh, it crawls into their skulls and whispers the things they've been too afraid to admit. That's why they hate me. That's why they fear me. because I am the echo of the thoughts they try to strangle, the reflection of the monster they pretend isn't there. I am the crack in their mask, the shadow on their stage, the reminder that everything they built is fragile, and one breath, one smile, one laugh can tear it all apart. So I keep laughing, loud, unapologetic, uncontrollable, because every laugh is a war cry, every smile is a wound, and every word I speak is a hammer shattering the glass house they hide inside. They wanted a villain, so I gave them one. But not the kind they expected, not the kind they could tame. I gave them a villain they could never forget, a villain who doesn't hide in shadows but shines in their spotlight. A villain who isn't afraid of being seen for what he is, free. Do you feel that sting in your chest? That tightening in your throat when silence drags too long? That's not fear. No, it's recognition. Recognition that everything you've ever hidden is about to crawl out of its coffin inside your head. You try to bury it. You laugh it off. You drown it in noise. But the truth has sharp teeth, and it gnaws from the inside until you bleed. I just happen to enjoy the bleeding. I let it pour. I let it speak. Because unlike you, I don't run from the mirror. I marry it. I dance with it. I choke on it. I choke. The world wants masks, smiles, neat little packages of sanity to keep everyone comfortable. But me, I love tearing the wrapping paper. I love the sound of skin ripping from bone. I love watching the panic when people realize their normal is nothing more than a stage act performed on rotten boards. Ha ha. You should see their eyes when I whisper the truth. Their pupils shrink. Their lips tremble. Their whole identity cracks like cheap glass. And in that crack, I see freedom. Oh, you don't like this talk, do you? Too messy, too loud, too honest. But that's the funny thing. The honesty you hate the most is the honesty you need the most. You can't heal what you won't touch. You can't grow if you keep choking yourself on fake happiness. So I rip it away. I tear it off. I drag you to the edge and force you to look down. That pit you see, that's your reflection. That's your shadow. That's everything you've begged the world to never see. And guess what? It's smiling back. Because that pit knows you better than you know yourself. It knows the rage you swallow, the jealousy you suffocate, the madness you medicate. And when it laughs, when it laughs, it's not mocking you. It's calling you home. It's asking if you're ready to stop pretending, if you're ready to burn the mask, if you're ready to let the monster breathe. You think monsters live under the bed? Ha 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 ha. No, they live in your skin. They wear your voice. They blink with your eyes. And the only difference between you and me is that I let mine out. Now listen close, because this is where your heart beats faster. This is where your hands sweat. This is where you realize you've been building a cage around yourself brick by brick, and all I've ever done is hand you a hammer. Smash it, break it, or sit there staring through the bars until your soul suffocates. Your choice, but remember, freedom is never polite. Freedom drips with blood. Freedom laughs and screams. Freedom never says, please, it just takes. Tell me, are you still clinging to your cage, or do you feel the cracks starting to spread? That's the part I love. That trembling moment when you don't know if you're terrified or alive. When your breath catches and your mind whispers, what if he's right? That question, that's the beginning. That's the seed. That's the fire in the matchbox. And once it lights, ha ha ha, you'll never go back. Never. Madness is not a disease, it's an art form. A performance stitched together with razor wire and laughter. People run from it. I dance with it. Every crack in my smile is a warning. Every flicker in my eyes is a storm waiting to split the air open. I don't want your pity. I don't want your cure. I want you to sit here, squirming, realizing you're not as far from me as you think. All it takes is one moment, one snap, one cut in the timeline. Then you're not watching me anymore. You're becoming me. Power is never given. It's stolen, torn out of the hands of those who thought they were safe. And I don't play safe. I don't wear masks to hide who I am. I wear scars to prove who I am. Every deal, every betrayal, every scream. It's carved into me like poetry written with knives, and when I speak, I don't whisper like the cowards. You feel me in your bones. That's the difference. You speak to be heard. I speak to be remembered. Look around you. The world's a theater with bad actors. People dress up, play their little parts, follow the script society hands them, but me? I burn the script. I rip out the pages. I improvise with gasoline and laughter. And you, yes you can't look away. 'Cause deep down, you know the truth. The show's only real when I'm on stage. Without me, it's silence. With me, it's fire. That's why you're still here. The show's only real when I'm on stage. Without me, it's silence. With me, it's fire. That's why you're still here. That's why you'll never forget me.